are talking The Unwilling, which is also known as The Gathering. This one directed by Jonathan Heap, who also co-wrote this with David Lipper. Now the story is about this kind of group of family members that are coming together for a will reading, that of the late father figure played by Lance Henriksen in a small role. We have this small group of people, 6 people in total, including Dina Meyer, who you may know from Starship Troopers, and in this one guy's house who suffers from agoraphobia. He's a fear of going outside. He also has a severe case of OCD. He's got to turn the lights on and off loads of times. Anyway, there's these 6 people here, and there's this strange kind of mysterious Cthulhu type box that sort of turns up, and no one really knows what it's for. And as soon as they start to touch it, it seems to kind of like want their blood. Strange things start to happen, and it almost kind of tries to mirror their fates with some kind of unsavoury perversion of what each member of this kind of family wants, or something like that. So it's really a kind of not exactly a haunting per se, but it's a supernatural story of a kind of a 10 Little Indians sort of style thing, with these kind of family members getting kind of killed off one by one and trying to unravel the mystery. And all this time, these guys are kind of trapped in this house. I thought the story here was actually quite fun, quite original. It's nice to see lower budget movies try and do different spins on sort of tales and things maybe we haven't kind of seen before. Even though there is elements of this story that are definitely you've seen in some other films, I feel it's kind of original enough to kind of stand on its own 2 feet and kind of be its own thing, and that I sort of quite liked. This movie also has quite a lot of variety. Quite a lot of things happen. You know, each of the kind of the fate of these people are, you know, are varied, and that kind of makes it for a kind of an interesting kind of watch, because you're seeing different things happen, and different kind of supernatural events happen throughout the course of this movie. And obviously these guys are kind of trapped in this house, and there's different things that are kind of keeping them there. Some a little bit OTT, but there you go. And ultimately it comes down to, you know, obviously the plot is down to the kind of deep-rooted insecurities that maybe this family have had, kind of like some sort of otherworldly presence. Without kind of going, I'm really trying to be vague of the plot here. What doesn't work, the plot does get a little convoluted at times, and you know, it is a little bit kind of, especially towards the end, I feel it ends up being a little bit trying to bite off more than they can chew, and the budget really does kind of show through in certain aspects. When they try and do so much in this film, there's so many different sort of things that happen. The budget doesn't always work, and some of the effect shots really do suffer as a kind of a side effect of that. And there's a scene where they're trying to get the house, and there's this kind of like cartoon blood that's kind of coming towards them, and it's really badly animated and stuff like that. And there's a few other bits and pieces where there's so much variety and stuff that they're trying to do, it just doesn't all work. Some of it does, some of it doesn't. It ultimately isn't a particularly scary horror film. I quite like the performances. I thought some of the characters are a little broad and a little cliche, but our main guy, who's the OCD guy, I kind of quite liked him. He actually seemed quite an interesting guy and a kind of likeable character, and that's where a couple of other ones. Some other ones are a little bit kind of one note. But overall, I've got to say, it was a fun B-movie sort of horror supernatural film. It didn't blow my socks off, but it was a fun watch, and had an original enough idea to kind of keep me interested throughout the course of the film. So I'll give this movie an above average 6 out of 10. Have you seen it? What did you think of it? Leave me a comment, and I shall look forward to you next time. Bye for now.